Certainly. Thanks very
Thank you
much
so
for
much.
this opportunity. I think the whole question of America's role in strengthening democracy in Iraq is going to end up in disappointment, because I don't think that the United States has a very good idea, or perhaps to put it better, it has too many ideas about how to strengthen democracy in foreign countries. We saw that after 2003, when the United States occupation of Iraq pursued all sorts of different strategies and really wouldn't follow through with any of them in any consistent way, from direct rule to indirect rule to elections to trying to build up a bureaucracy, but destroying some of the bases of governance in Iraq after it invaded. It was a very confused strategy. And in the end, I think it was a strategy aimed largely at an exit strategy, not a sustaining strategy. Now that the United States is not present in Iraq in the same massive way that it was after 2003, its ability to affect the course of political change in Iraq, the course of political events, is much, much reduced. And I don't think that the United States government, and this goes across administrations, Republicans and Democrats, has an effective strategy for encouraging democracy. It's particularly difficult in Iraq, I think, because other foreign countries have a significant amount of influence in Iraq, and they have their own interests in how Iraqi politics is developing. And so I don't think that the United States has an effective strategy for the encouragement of democracy in Iraq.
السؤال المتعلق هل ما زال العراق أولوية في البيت الأبيض؟
So I come again to the last part of the question. Is Iraq still a priority inside the American politics?
I think I'm willing to take that on, and then my colleagues, I think, can add in their thoughts. As Ms. Skye said earlier, and I think she was absolutely correct, the Biden administration has other priorities, both in terms of its geopolitical overall foreign policy strategy. I think Emma was absolutely right that the concentration on Ukraine and the war in Ukraine, and then on China and the challenge of the rise of China to American power in East Asia and in other parts of the world, including the Middle East, are the top priorities of this administration. Even within the Middle East itself, the priority is less, in the Biden administration right now, the priority is less Iraq and more about trying to bring about some kind of bargain between Saudi Arabia and Israel that would obviously include the United States making commitments to both sides and some movement on the Palestinian issue. That seems to be the area where the Biden administration is putting most of its time and effort in terms of its Middle East policy.